Speaking of self-love, I'm so excited to welcome Megan Gallagher to the show. She is an expert in just that, and I am so grateful that you are pioneering this, especially for our teens.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm an inspirational speaker for young adults and an author, and I speak at middle schools, high schools, colleges, and I'm just so passionate about it because I love just that age. For me, it brings back so many memories of just me having anxiety and feeling confused and the body image stuff. And it just has such a big place in my heart. So I'm like, anything I can do, I want to walk in and just like, you're amazing, you can do whatever you want, because I know I needed that internally.
Oh my gosh, totally. That was my experience. I don't know about you two ladies, but as a teenager, I was so insanely anxious, stressed out, lost.
Yeah.
And it is the formative years of our life. And so, if we can learn how to sort of live in a way that's happy and healthy at that point, it makes the rest of life a lot easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you get in? How do you, the schools just go, you can come and speak anytime?
Well, it was a little bit different. I originally moved down to LA for college, and about a year into it, I just had this major awakening where my gut feelings were just like, this isn't for you, this doesn't feel right, and I just had this huge shift, and I tried to resist it, but I just was like, I'm meant for something bigger, so I just kind of trusted that and went along, and it was a mixture of going to schools and calling and emailing and just, sending like 500 emails a day and just pushing. And then little by little, it like worked and it slowly got out.
Take us back there though to this big awakening, because so many people will have that moment and they don't listen to themselves.
Yes.
They'll think, oh my God, I'm feeling called to do so much more, but I should finish school and I should go this traditional route and I'm just going to follow this path because it's safe, it's stable. And what you did was exactly the opposite. So what made you listen to that voice?
Well, it was really weeks and months of just feeling so unhappy, just physically. I just felt like the universe was just tapping on my shoulder, like, Megan, drop out of college. This just doesn't feel right. But I kept on being like, what else am I supposed to do at 19, 20? What else? I have to be realistic. This will get me to the good job and the degree. And it just this weird self-fulfillment of like, I didn't do great academically in high school, so I want to prove to myself I can do it. I can get the grades. And it was weeks of ignoring it, and then I actually got physically sick, and that was a 6-month-long health scare, in and out of hospitals, trying 20 different antibiotics, and it was crazy.
Isn't that wild?
I think it is interesting that I feel like the universe will reward us when we finally make the choice that's right for us.
Yes.
And so what was your kind of sign when you did make that leap, you jumped off the ledge knowing that the universe, the parachute has to open, right?
Yes.
Where was that sign that was like, I made the right choice here?
Probably after months of being misdiagnosed by Western medicine doctors and, x-rays and MRIs and CAT scans, they're like, you're fine. And I started psyching myself out, and I'm like, am I really in pain? What's going on? My mom got me a session with the medical medium, Anthony Williams.
Oh, yes, it's great. Mm-hmm.
Who just hit the nail on the head, and that just, my jaw was on the floor.
Wow.
I was like, okay, so I opened my eyes to the spiritual world, and I'm like, there is something bigger than me happening.
He Was in Heal documentary. Amazing.
Really awesome.
So great.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So what was that like, a session with him? Because he doesn't even take sessions anymore, I don't think.
I know. It was, my mom called into the radio station, Hay House Radio, and got picked out of like 500 people.
Wow.
And that's why I believe like goosebumps. It was so meant to be.
See, there you go. There's the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to get that validation, isn't it? That you're sort of walking in the right path.
Yes. And
Yeah.
he just was like, it was like 90 seconds long, but he just was so calming. And he's like, you're a little bit sick, but I think there's something bigger going on. You're just trying to resist the truth. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of, I would say that for me at least, it's one of the signs of a really phenomenal, tapped in, tuned in, turned on spiritual teacher of any kind, when in their presence you feel like all is well.
Oh, before he even answered the phone, I just was like, I felt all of my worries disappear. And I'm just like, I knew intuitively, I was like, he is going to cure me.
Yeah.
I knew it.
It's pretty incredible.
And now you're helping cure, if you
Yes.
will, so many lives of our teens. What can we do as a society in America to continue to support mental health awareness in our teens, self-love, encourage them to follow their passions, their intuition, their dreams?
Great question.
What can we do?
I think just having open conversations and just talking about it anywhere you can in your families, communities, schools, YMCA's, PTA meetings, anything, and just being healthy yourself, and then you'll inspire, and it's like a domino effect of inspiring other people to be healthy and just being your authentic self. I realize that because for some other people, it's uncomfortable. They're like, you didn't finish college, like you only did 1 year of community college. It's uncomfortable, it's different. But I'm like, I'm being my authentic self. Right. That's what I came on this planet to do.
I love that. Real quick question. How do you know when you're being your authentic self? Is there anything that you've found is sort of...
I think you feel it in your gut, and you just, to me, it's kind of like when you're driving in your life and you're just in your lane and you feel it. You feel right because you are happy, and every day you wake up and you're just like, I get to do this. Like, that's how I feel when I speak. I just want to jump in and do 500 cartwheels. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I think you feel it. I think just it's right, and you get the synchronicities and the signs from the universe, and it just happens.
I love that, and I just want to highlight that because it's really important, because a lot of days, like today, a lot of people talk about being real and being authentic, but I think your true authentic self is something that feels good. It's not something that's a conflict. It's not something that feels, painful or that, is full of suffering. It's not that at all.
Yes.
So I love that you highlight that.
Thank you.
So how can people find you? How can they work with you?
They can find me on YouTube, on Instagram, Megan W. Gallagher. I have a website, and I speak all around LA.
Yes.
Thank you,
Check her
Megan,
out.
for sharing your time and your light. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Good morning, La La Land.